Okay, you guys, so we are back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Travis Barker, Kourtney Kardashian Barker husband, allegedly cheating on her with a young hottie that is around the same age as their daughter, Alabama Barker. And it is said that is why Kourtney and Travis is headed for a divorce, allegedly. Now, everything that I'm about to say, besides what he has confessed openly, and there's evidence of such confession, everything else outside his confession is allegedly. So take it with a grain of salt. Now, you guys remember that I did a video a couple weeks ago of someone saying that they predict Kourtney is going to file for a divorce this year. This year is going to be the end of Travis and Kourtney. You guys also knew that before that person did their prediction, I showed you guys that I suspected that Kim and Khloe had Kourtney seated next to Kim's divorce attorney, Laura Wasser, at Kim's graduation. You remember that graduation ceremony that they held for Kim when Kim completed the internship and Von Jones was there, and then Kourtney was upset about being seated beside the attorney. She's saying she doesn't know the attorney, and she doesn't see why they have her seated beside the attorney. And you guys remember when I said they intentionally placed Kourtney beside the attorney because they want to encourage Kourtney to get that divorce. So sitting beside the attorney would give her the opportunity of getting some questions in while they were at the event. But Kourtney was offended by it. So she said that it's an hour maximum for her at the event and she's leaving. No, it's been alleged the reason why Kourtney want to get the divorce is because Travis Barker is allegedly running around town with a young hottie that is the same age group as his daughter, Alabama Barker. And Travis Barker definitely has a history of cheating. In his memoir, can I say, he says, living large, cheating death, and drums. In the book, he opens up about the darkest side of fame. So when he said cheating death, he's talking about the plane crash, right? When he said cheating death. But he further states, in the book, he spoke about his struggle with drug addiction, the collapse of his marriage due to infidelity. He was very candid about how constant touring and rock star lifestyle contributed to destructive choices, which he says he later reflects and regrets. Not only that, you guys know that the internet have been saying that Travis Barker was a bad choice for Kourtney because Travis dated Kim first. Well, they all date each other, men. Nothing new. They love to reuse and recycle. But most recently, Aubrey O'Day was on a podcast. I don't think it was Call Her Daddy because Call Her Daddy, that girl and the Kardashians are friends. But I remember Aubrey O'Day on the most recent podcast, she said that she was besties with Kim. She used to spend time at Kim's house, but at that point she was on Making the Band. She doesn't know what happened. The relationship between her and Kim just fizzled out. Kim stopped talking to her. She has no idea why. But what Aubrey O'Day alleged in that podcast interview that she did, or that podcast discussion or chit chat, she said Kim Kardashian and Travis Barker had a relationship. She said it wasn't no Travis Barker having a crush on Kim. She alleged in that interview that they had a relationship. And you can find that clip on TikTok. I'm not going to include it in this video, but it is on TikTok. So now, with critics coming out saying that it's rumored that Travis Scott is cheating on Kourtney with a young Hottie, honey, I believe time will tell us if that's the case or not. The guy has a history and he has a reputation. People do change, but we can definitely see that something is up with Kourtney. If you remember in one of the most recent season of the Kardashians, how Kourtney was emotional and she was breaking down, and she said it's because every time she was amongst her family, when she go back to watch the clip, after she leaves the scene, they would be talking unpleasantries about her. That is nothing new for Kourtney. They have always been doing that for Kourtney. I think something else was said in that moment that they did not include in the series, and with time, the truth will come to light. You remember with Chloe and Travis, and not Travis, sorry, with Chloe and Tristan Thompson, it was the same thing. Do you guys remember? And people were saying that it was Kim who was bullying Chloe until everything came out and Chloe started, opening up about being heartbroken by Tristan's repeated cheating. So we're about to see the same thing with Kourtney, in my opinion. So the Kardashians, it's not doing well, because it was just the other day I saw a media outlet reporting saying that the Kardashians has left Peacock and is back on Hulu, and I was like, they had left Hulu? I had no idea, or if it was they were doing a duality, being on Peacock and on Hulu at the same time. I don't know what's going on there. But honey, I believe, honestly, that Travis could still potentially, because when someone, does drugs and they're on drugs for a number of years, it is something that sometimes it's a habit that is hard for them to beat, and sometimes for them to truly live, because their system has become so immune to it, they have to take a very small portion occasionally. They call themselves responsible hermit at that point. That's what they call themselves, like a hermit junkie, or they call themselves a responsible user, but they no longer see themselves as an addict. It's possible that's the position that Travis could be in, coupled with cheating allegations. We have to say allegations, right? But Travis Barker is a fine specimen. He really does seem to love Kourtney. So for him to cheat on Kourtney after everything that they've been through, having the baby, Kourtney having to get a fetal surgery. You guys remember that? And that was an emergency case. Let me tell you something. People have to live and just find that thing that makes them happy outside of their relationship, because in life, people are going to disappoint you, and those are just the variables. They're just out of your control, and there's absolutely nothing you can do when it comes to the variables. You just have to take care of number one, which is you. Men are selfish creatures and women are nurturers and caregivers, and oftentimes some of us get what we don't deserve. But I really do wish Kourtney and Travis all the best. I hope they can work, and if not, I hope they go their separate way peacefully and happily. And that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. We're gonna talk some more in this video. Peace.